On January 25, 2020, in the South Florida swamps, Luke from the Outdoor Boys channel started an adventure with his son, Tommy. Their family is known for camping, fishing, and survival trips in nature, but this challenge was special, hunting alligators in the rain.
Down that hill
is walk down there reeling while you walk down there. Come follow me, Tom. Gator down there. Here, out of the way, Tom.
Heavy rain made spotting alligators tough. When it rains, they hide under murky water, not basking as usual. Crossing dikes and flooded areas, the father and son saw deer, turkeys, and glowing eyes in the water. Amid the scene, Luke taught Tommy how to hold a young alligator, a lesson in bravery and respect for nature.
Let go.
Yeah, don't let go. He's gonna get his. There you go.
Now back straight up.
Yeah, he can go backwards. There you go.
Go over by the truck.
Oh, he's running quick.
Go.
But then, the swamp spoke. A large alligator surged from the water, yanking the line hard, sending water spraying. The struggle lasted, the line taut, but Luke stayed in control. Finally, they brought a 6-foot 8-inch one ashore. Soon after, a 7-foot 4-inch one was subdued after a fierce battle in mud and thick grass.
How long is it?
6'8". 6'8".
6'8". Can we please keep it? I want some alligators.
Yeah, we're keeping them. They're all sending them back now.
Two massive alligators lay quiet in the truck bed, proof of skill and persistence. But the swamp fought back. 3 more appeared, strong enough to snap heavy braided line, then vanished into murky water. The snap of the line echoed like a reminder that humans never truly master nature.
He popped up. There he is.
We'll try to keep him out of that grass right over there. Yep, perfect.
That day, they caught 2, but lost 3. And that's what made the trip memorable. A lesson in balance between skill, limits, and respect for the wild.
Oh. Holy mackerel, that was a big gator.
As sunset covered the swamp, Tommy looked at his dad with proud eyes, and they left, carrying memories of a quiet land full of power, where humans are just guests in the kingdom of creatures living in watery shadows.
Big old gator hunts. I'll put links in the description to their website and all their social media stuff. Definitely, if you're down here in Florida, you want to try a hunting trip, this should be high on your list. What do you think, Tommy? Is this one of the coolest hunting trips you've ever been on?
On January 15, 2023, under a full moon lighting a deserted Florida beach, Strick and Fran, the explorers behind the B2B Castaways channel, began an unusual survival night. Their channel is famous for capturing wildlife, long days at sea, hunting, camping, and living off nature. The goal seems simple: find and catch a giant mud crab. But in a tidal area that can swallow entire beaches, even small tasks can turn unpredictable.
During the middle of the day, so that's going to allow us to get across here and explore this whole new area we've never been to. It looks like prime mud crab.
Rain the night before raised water levels and loosened mud, stranding alligators and turtles. Along the sand, they found shells, hermit crabs, and turtles trapped by receding tides. Of 23 turtles, 16 were males, leading Strick to recall the theory that male turtles are less smart, often getting stuck after full moons. The two gently moved the stranded turtles to safer spots, then continued.
The big boy's just having a sleep, is he? How much longer do you think they've got until the tide comes in?
This is crazy.
We've never seen this, man.
Swan is gonna get hot.
At the moment, we've got a full moon, and what that means is the tide drops off the...
Night fell, moonlight reflecting on shallow water. Fran spotted a moving mud trail, a familiar sign of mud crabs. Shining a light, a blue gleam appeared. the largest crab they'd ever seen. Thick claws like steel, a shell shimmering blue-purple in the moon. They knew they'd found a rare prize. With expert skill, Strick used a spear and bare hands to pull the crab from its burrow. It thrashed wildly, pinching hard and kicking up sand. They brought it back to camp, building a fire in the quiet night. The claws cracked open, meat steamed, and the shell turned bright orange, making a warm meal in the wild.
Alright, dinner is served.
There you are, knife and fork.
I just want to show something. It's crazy how they claw in here.
Yeah.
But as they ate, the beach turned chaotic. From afar, the water boiled. Dozens of reef sharks and giant tarpon washed in, chasing prey trapped by low tide. Fins circled close to shore, just meters away. A few bumped Strick's legs, forcing them back, flashlights sweeping over swirling water and white foam.
A beaching of it's dinner time. This is absolutely crazy.
In minutes, the sea exploded. Huge tarpon beached, sharks circling for meals, foam staining the sand. Then, as quickly as it started, it quieted. Wind blew gently through palms, leaving only waves and crackling fire.
I think there's GTs in between them.
There's sharks and I think GTs. They had something up on the beach there. They were like almost biting at our ankles. That was crazy. Oh my gosh.
Fran sighed and Strick chuckled lightly. We just wanted crab, but the sea had other plans.
There's a silver biddy and it's so full. So these guys are spawning here at the moment.
The scene sparked discussions for days. Some saw it as a perfect portrait of nature, brutal yet beautiful. Others argued giant mud crabs should be conserved, not cooked, but everyone agreed the moment was unforgettable. That night, with stranded turtles on one side and hungry sharks on the other, Strick and Fran sat by the fire, eating their prize. Between paradise and peril, they realized, the ocean gives nothing without taking something back.
What a sunset.
Hard to beat this, Fran. This is as good as it gets. Behind us, we've got a full moon rising as well. Just through the palms, over our hut.
And as moonlight lit the calm sea, they understood every trip, peaceful or wild, reminds us of nature's power and pride. On March 29, 2023, in a remote Brazilian forest, the Nossos Pescarias group started their usual trip, fishing, camping, and enjoying nature. Their channel captures simple life by rivers and waters, but this time, the journey took a turn, from peaceful to eerie. The morning passed in disappointment. They hiked miles through mud and stifling heat but saw no fish. Heading back to rest, a shock awaited. Their vehicle was completely vandalized, the exhaust removed, and key parts missing. Deep in the woods with no signal or passers-by, their only choice was to push deeper for an exit.
Meu irmão. Sai daí, garrancho! Ai, meu Deus do céu, já mexeram no carro. Ai, merda. Mexeram no carro já, ué. Eu coloquei o carro aqui, mano. Oh, meu Deus, vê se não levou nossos trem, Márcio, pelo amor de Deus. Como é que abriram esse carro, velho? Tava com alarme. Ai, meu Deus, olha o que fizeram. Ah! Tiraram o escapamento do meu carro, velho. Disparou. É carro velho, não dispara assim não, mano. As duas frouxinhas.
But instead of the river they expected, another sight waited. A few meters off the trail, they found a stolen car, covered in leaves and mud. Doors pried open, seats torn, license plate intact. Clearly not an accident, but evidence of a forgotten crime in silence. They quickly contacted local police. Officers arrived and confirmed the car was reported missing over a year ago. Many parts were stripped, but the engine remained. Signs of an organized theft interrupted.
É, eu tô falando, moça.
Arrebentaram a correia.
Vamos dar o fora. Vamos chamar a polícia e vamos dar o fora. Vamos dar o fora daqui, pescaria acabou. senão vai sobrar pra nós. É o tapete do carro, o trem do carro. Ó, a placa. Aí, ó.
For the Nossos Pescarias group, the trip ended there. No fish, just a broken vehicle and unease. They packed silently, realizing forest dangers come not just from nature, but from people too. The scene left unanswered questions. Why abandon the car so deep in the woods? Were thieves interrupted, or was this a secret drop point?
Ô, Márcia. Tudo certo? Alguma pessoa vai ficar feliz que vai recuperar o seu carro. Aqui a gente não pisa mais, tá bom? Eu sei que foi uma merda esse vídeo, mas vai...
And more importantly, how does a simple fishing trip lead to touching the shadows of crime? A vandalized car, another dumped, and people seeking peace accidentally stumbling into a story never meant to be told. As sunset fell through the trees, reflecting on the calm river, they left with a new awareness. Even the quietest places can hide unease, and sometimes real danger isn't under the water, but in what humans leave behind. On September 17, 2023, in the sweltering South Florida heat, Robert and Sarah Arrington, owners of the Deer Meat for Dinner channel, faced a day unlike others. Their channel is famous for hunting, fishing, and outdoor cooking videos. But that day, instead of prepping dinner, they dealt with an invasion in their backyard. Dozens of giant green iguanas crawling on the roof, devouring plants, and sliding into the canal like scaly ghosts.
Even the blooms and palms are all gone. It's from the iguanas.
The plan seemed simple. Set traps with mango bait to catch them unharmed. Robert and Kendall built wire cages with inward funnels, hoping the iguanas would enter for the ripe fruit scent. But at dawn, every mango slice remained. Instead of traps, the iguanas stripped flowers from the roof. They were smart, agile, and not easily fooled.
There's way more out here.
No, they're not.
And there's watermelon that we ate.
I'm funny.
Oh my goodness, I see an iguana. The traps didn't work. I thought they were gonna work, but they're not even eating the mangoes. They're eating all these flowers.
Realizing the old way failed, Robert switched to active measures, an air rifle with a laser sight. The group set cameras around the yard, waiting patiently. Amid dense trees, light glinted on their scales. A precise shot. One fell into the canal with a splash. Then another, and another. Tails thrashed in agony, showing how severe the invasion was. But the day's climax was the giant. A mature male iguana nearly 6 feet long with green-orange skin and a scarred, thick tail. Robert fired, and it dropped into the black canal water. Without hesitation, he jumped in after, knowing alligators often lurked there. The footage held viewers breathless. Robert dove and surfaced with the massive creature in his arms. Its claws tore his shirt, and its tail wrapped around him, nearly unbalancing him as he hauled it ashore. Measured again, nearly 6 feet even without the tail, weighing dozens of pounds. Too big for any trap. As dusk fell, the wire cages sat empty and alone. Beside them, a long line of captured iguanas, heavy and shimmering in the sunset.
I really picked these 3 up, and I cannot curl it, so it's at least, what, 80 pounds?
For Robert and Sarah, the day wasn't just about battling invasives, but also a lesson in human limits against nature. Iguana invasions in Florida are no small issue. They destroy gardens, harm ecosystems, and spread faster than imagined. Robert jumping into the canal to grab the iguana barehanded became a viral moment. Some praised the bravery, others worried about recklessness, but most agreed it captured Florida's spirit, living amid nature, facing chaos, and restoring balance.
Oh! I swear to God, it bit me! I swear to God! Oh my life!
Finally, as night fell over palms and canal, Robert sat on the porch with coffee, staring at the yard. Sounds lingered, claws scratching, leaves rustling. He smiled wearily. The fight wasn't over, because when nature decides to reclaim space, you can't win. You can only try to keep things under control. On July 10, 2023, amid the dry, scorching wind blowing across Lake Oahe in South Dakota, the 402 Outdoors group started what seemed like a simple trip, finding walleye for dinner. Their channel is known for its raw style, capturing real moments, hot, noisy, sometimes failures, but always authentic. Early morning, heat haze rose from the aluminum boat. Light wind rippled the water. They dropped lines where the water changed color, the boundary between murky and clear, where walleye often hide. Bait was prepared carefully, a smiley face bobber, wormtail threaded neatly, sinking deep to the bottom. The first tug slipped away. The second was reeled in, but it was a fat perch with shark bites, proof of life teeming under the hazy surface.
That's probably 8.5 almost. Oh, he just puked up stuff.
Oh, we're keeping that guy, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look, he got munched by a pike or something. Nice perch.
Wind shifted. They moved the boat to the opposite shore and tried again. Another rod bend, this time a young walleye, then a bigger one, 14 inches, then 15.5, and finally 16.5. Between casts, carp suddenly exploded on the surface, making the lake come alive. As they prepared to switch spots, a ranger boat approached gently. 2 officers checked licenses, life jackets, and fire extinguishers. A friendly reminder. Shake the extinguisher yearly, or the powder inside hardens like cement. Everything was fine, and they left with smiles.
I got my license. You want to see him?
Yep. Take a good look.
I got a new phone. I had mine on my phone. I have one. I gotta look it up, so that's all right.
Yep. Go ahead and download it.
Here.
Okay. Just at the Indian Springs.
Yeah, the right side, I think.
I would just recommend it when you get it out. No, when you get it out every year, just shake.
Afternoon came, and the fish finder beeped constantly. Bright spots overlapped on the screen, a good sign. Another perch, then another walleye. A few escaped the net, a few were kept. No giants, but a simple, fresh, well-earned dinner for the day's effort.
Perch is almost 12 inches. Oh, nice. I didn't even know you had one. All right. That'll work. Watch this. Doink. And 13, yeah. All right, pretty good bag of fish right.
As the sun sank behind hills, they packed up, laughing in the sunset glow. No big wins, no records, just a real, peaceful, fulfilling day. They took a moment to thank veterans and those serving, because for them, July 4th isn't just rest, it's gratitude. Not for the fish caught, but for living fully in each moment outdoors, where patience, laughter, and near misses make every trip memorable. On October 2nd, 2024, amid the endless Florida Everglades swamps, Jana Breslin, famous for fitness and travel adventure videos, joined an airboat ride with Captain Mike. Her channel usually shows freedom and strength, but that night, the Everglades revealed another limit, the thin line between life and survival instinct. As the boat glided over black water reflecting moonlight, the surface suddenly erupted. A 12-foot-plus American alligator surfaced, mouth wide open, back armored like steel. Its eyes glowed in the light, silently tracking every move. In that instant, the small boat seemed inadequate against that ancient power. Mike stayed calm, backing the boat slowly, just far enough for safety, close enough to feel wild nature's breath.
This is epic right here.
Oh, wow. Literally face to face with this guy. I want so bad to go pet it.
Deeper into the swamp, they encountered a massive Burmese python, coiled in mud and roots. Light shone on scales shimmering like rainbows. Mike whispered, "They're invasives, and changing everything here." Such pythons have devastated much of the native ecosystem, symbolizing imbalance when humans interfere with nature.
This is a ball python, but the pythons here in Florida decimate so much of.
Further on, frog calls echoed oddly in the dark, a reminder that in the Everglades, every creature is prey to something bigger. The Everglades are magnificent, but beneath the beauty lies ancient natural cruelty. Here, alligators are living Jurassic relics, pythons are silent invaders, and humans, no matter how brave, are just passing guests. On August 15, 2021, in the peaceful Thai countryside, the channel Tumkantha or Tom, shared a slice of real life where people rely on nature for survival. For him, fishing isn't a hobby, it's how he feeds his family. This time, he set lines overnight, waiting to see what the river would give. Morning came, and Tom waded into shallow water, pulling up each line. A few were empty, bait nibbled by small fish. But others were heavy, and as a line jerked, the water bubbled with mud, revealing massive catfish thrashing wildly. One by one, Tom hauled them ashore. Small ones released, big ones kept. 10 kilos, then 11 kilos. Each weighed carefully and lined up neatly. Under the scorching sun, sweat mixed with joy. This was the result of years of experience, patience, and respect for nature. Finally, the day's biggest appeared. The line taut like steel, water spraying white. After minutes of struggle, Tom pulled it up, a nearly 30 kilos catfish with a black glossy body and frighteningly strong. He placed it on the scale, 31 kilos. The group cheered. Total that day, 63 kilos of fish, enough to eat, share, and store for rainy days. For viewers, it was a victory. But for Tom, it was just another workday, one where nature generously allowed survival. He cleaned each fish, wasting nothing, using bones and heads too. A testament to simple living full of respect.
รวมเป็น19แล้วนะครับลุงน้อยรวมเป็น19แล้วลุงโอ้เดี๋ยวอยู่นิ่งๆก่อน32แล้วอ้าวเรามาลุ้นตัวใหญ่กันอ้าวยกขึ้นก่อนดูก่อนว่านะนี่ก็คือหางยังติดดินอยู่นะครับแล้วเรามาดูกิโลกันนะครับอยู่ที่30นะครับรวมถึงติดดินนะครับ
Viewers from Laos, Indonesia, and even America left congratulations. They admired the endurance and reminded each other of sustainability. Take only enough so the river keeps nourishing people. Ultimately, 63 kilo wasn't just a number. It was proof of labor, patience, and gratitude to nature. Tomorrow, Tom would drop lines again, unsure of the outcome. Because here, every day is a gamble with nature, where humility keeps humans going amid the endless flow. On August 28, 2025, the YouTube channel TFUE released one of its most daring videos yet, a thrilling adventure in the heart of a Category 5 hurricane in the Caribbean Sea. TFUE, once an icon in the gaming world, has shifted to real-life journeys where the lines between survival, fear, and exhilaration blur into one. This time, he and his crew decided to surf in Hurricane Erin, a challenge most would call insane. Hurricane Erin was recorded with winds exceeding 100 miles per hour, whipping up waves as high as 30 feet, capable of snapping boards, capsizing boats, or claiming lives in an instant. Yet, for TFUE and his team, that danger was the allure, to face nature in its fiercest form. The journey began at Chub Cay, Bahamas. They prepared fuel, checked equipment, and tried to stay calm as local boat captains shook their heads, warning that the sea was becoming dangerously unpredictable. But TFUE was resolute. If there's ever a time to test yourself, he said, it's today. As they left shore, the sea swallowed their boat. Waves crashed against both sides, each impact shaking the vessel violently. The onboard camera captured moments of the boat tilting nearly 45 degrees. 1 second showing only sky, the next only churning gray water. They had to detour over 150 miles, dodging swirling channels, burning through hundreds of gallons of fuel just to reach a remote reef, where the biggest waves were forming. There, the ocean roared like a living beast. Each wave rose like a towering wall of water, crashing down with a sound like thunder. TFU and his team launched their boards, paddling into the chaos, with only seconds to balance before the waves engulfed them. A single mistake, losing direction, getting caught in a whirlpool, or slipping out of a wave's tube, could send them crashing onto the razor-sharp reef below. In the video, viewers see moments both breathtaking and terrifying. TFUE riding the crest of a wave, the tube opening before him like a glowing tunnel, then collapsing in an explosion of water. It all happens in seconds, brief but eternal. When he surfaces, he shouts in exhilaration, as if he'd just dodged nature's blade. But the cost came quickly. One team member hit their head on a board, blood trickling from their nose and forehead, showing signs of a mild concussion. Another, handling an underwater camera, was stung by a lionfish, the venom causing searing pain in a swollen hand, nearly preventing them from paddling. Yet no one stopped. They took turns diving in, riding massive waves, and ignoring injuries and exhaustion.
My face look alright?
Yeah, you're alright. He's got nosebleed.
Take a nap, man. Bored to the face so fucking hard.
When they finally spotted the distant lights of shore, everyone was too drained to speak. Hands blistered, muscles aching, eyes stinging from salt. But they all knew they'd touched a limit few ever reach. Hurricane Erin proved one thing. In nature's chaos, humans can find beauty, and a stillness within themselves. TFU and his team didn't just conquer the storm. They touched the edge between fear and freedom, survival and exhilaration. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Have your own experience. We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's